Are you afraid of bugs? If not, maybe you should be. They crawl in the dark, slip through cracks, and multiply endlessly. But imagine something worse, something smarter. Imagine they looked like us, talked like us, walked beside us, but underneath they're flesh-eating abominations. These aren't your backyard beetles. They're called insects, and they've quietly infiltrated society. But humanity isn't completely doomed, because someone or something is killing them silently, brutally, efficiently. But who is he? Why does he fight them? And is he one of us? Before we dive in, huge thanks to everyone who's been supporting the channel. If you like creepy lore, mysterious heroes, and a touch of body horror, hit that like and subscribe. It's free, and unlike insects, it won't eat you alive. Now back to the infestation. In this world, the greatest threat to humanity isn't war, it isn't politics, it's camouflage. Insects are among us. They've adapted perfectly. They mimic humans so well, you'd never know you were in danger until they strike. That's where the bug reapers come in, a military unit designed to handle insect outbreaks, but they're stretched thin, mostly arriving after the bloodbath. Hope is fading, that is, until whispers begin to spread. Someone else is hunting insects, a lone figure, draped in black, moving like a shadow. They call him Black Ant. Some believe he's a myth, some believe he's real, but no one knows who or what he really is. There's not much known about him. He doesn't speak, he doesn't linger. He appears mid-attack, slaughters the insects with deadly precision, and vanishes like smoke. Bug reapers have never caught him. Civilians barely see him, and oddly, after every one of his appearances, there are no insect bodies left behind. It's like they never existed. So the question is, what is Black Ant doing with the corpses? We'll get there. But first, our story begins, like all good horror stories, in the safest possible place, a high school. A teacher asks the students for their homework, so already a terrifying situation. And most of the class starts whining. Classic. A girl named Aura, class president and high achiever, is tasked with collecting the homework after class. Enter Miss Young. I think that's how you say it anyway. Quiet, athletic, smart, mysterious. Basically, the anime love interest starter pack. He hands in his paper like a boss and returns to his seat, ignoring the antics of the class clowns. Let's call them Dumb and Dumber. You'll see what I mean. They start pestering Miss Young about the bandage on his neck, teasing him about having a hickey. Aura, meanwhile, is asking her friend Seijin what a hickey even is. Bless her heart. Then in a moment of pure middle school chaos, they pull off the bandage. It's a mole, but Dama pauses, eyes wide. Did he just see an ant crawl out of it? Or was it a trick of the light? Nobody else notices. Miss Young stays quiet, unbothered. That mole's been there a while. Aura turns in the homework. The teacher announces that everyone who failed to submit has to clean the incinerator area. Side note, why does a school have an incinerator area? Anyway, after class, Aura asks Miss Young to walk home with her. He declines, gently but firmly. She shrugs it off and decides to stick around to keep Seijin company during cleanup. Dam and Dama are already heading outside, grumbling about unfair punishment. As the students are cleaning, Dam and Dama try to sneak away, but right around the corner, boom, insecta in your face. Chaos erupts as the insecta starts to attack students. Panic spreads, students run. One boy shuts Seijin down to save himself. Aura turns back to help, but the insecta unrolls, revealing it's the teacher from before, towering over them, jaws wide. There's no escape, until something slices through the air. A blur, a crunch. The insecta's left arm hits the ground, twitching. From the shadows walks a figure, black armor glistening faintly, face obscured. Black Ant. He doesn't speak. He doesn't need to. The insecta screams at him, questioning his motive. He simply says he doesn't save humans. He's hunting. The insecta lunges. Black Ant dodges, lands a few sharp blows, but the creature's powerful, rolling, bouncing, slamming him into the dirt. At one point, it jumps on him repeatedly, crushing him deeper into the ground. It looks like he's lost. Then he whispers the word, rally, and something changes. From his legs, ants begin to move, forming a shifting black blade in his hand. It pierces the insecta in his chest. His body twists and his arms reform into a claw, unnatural and organic. The insecta begs for mercy. Black Ant remains silent, then rips it apart, limbs flying like broken branches. The battlefield goes silent. Black Ant turns, begins walking away, and utters a single word, feast, and he vanishes into the trees. All that's left is a lanky, black-haired teenager walking alone. Bug Reapers arrive late. Typical. They question Aura, who's clearly in shock. She tells them what she saw, which isn't much. Then comes the chilling question, who didn't show up for cleanup duty today? Cue cut to Mission. He's home, his neck is scratched up. His grandma greets him lovingly, asking if he's hungry, but he says no. She freezes, asking softly if he did it again today. Mission apologizes for not being able to eat her food and retreats to his room. His grandma stands in the hallway, tears in her eyes, whispering, he's too young, God have mercy. The news on his TV plays clips of the school attack, but Mission doesn't watch. Instead, he lays in bed, and we see it. A trail of ants from outside, moving in a line, crawling directly into the hole in his neck. We're never told the truth outright, but I'm sure you're smart enough to figure it out. The mole, the ants, the wounds, the uncanny strength, the hunger, the disappearances. Mission is hiding something. Something dark. Something he can't control. Is he Black Ant? Or is Black Ant inside him? Maybe he's a hive. Maybe he's possessed. Maybe he volunteered. Or maybe this is just who he is now. Black Ant doesn't speak like a hero. He doesn't save people for applause or morality. He kills insects because they're food, and because deep down he knows he's only a few steps away from becoming one himself. He walks a razor's edge between humanity and monstrosity, and in a world where the real monsters hide in plain sight, sometimes the scariest thing isn't what's inhuman, it's what humanity is willing to become to survive. The story of Insecta isn't just body horror or mystery, it's tragedy. A boy cursed to consume the very creatures destroying the world, fighting monsters to quiet the one inside him. And every time he says feast, he's not just feeding on the enemy, he's trying to stay alive, and maybe trying to stay himself. What would you do if your survival meant becoming the very thing you feared? Would you still call yourself human? Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more video essays like this, and let me know in the comments, would you trust Black Ant or would you run? Either way, keep your eyes open, and whatever you do, don't squash the wrong bug.